Hello everyone, welcome to my weekly outlook for silver. So silver's had another terrible week where all it's done is just sold off the entire week. We saw on Friday with the jobs numbers come out, we saw some minor hope of a bounce back, but I wouldn't really make too much out of it. So we have the all important Fed numbers coming out this week. That is pretty much the day which could dictate what happens in silver. We really have to see what happens after the interest rate decision is announced. We have 75 to 80% of a rate hike, and historically, the Fed has usually done whatever the analysts have predicted. So I do expect a Fed hike this time as well. So we really have to see how silver behaves there. If silver sells off entirely, that could be a bad sign. But what we've seen in the past is bearish data coming out and bullish move happening. So in case something like that happens, I'll be ready to go long some silver. Um, Currently, it looks just terrible, and it almost feels like even a small bounce would only mean that it's going to go lower. So I'm going to be careful. I expected it to bounce off the 17.35 area last week, where we've seen previous resistance, and I really thought that could act as support, but that didn't really happen. It just sold off entirely, and that to me is quite a worrying sign since I was slightly long biased with silver. So I'm going to be patient with silver. I'm going to see what it does this week. It's a very important week for silver and gold. So this week could pretty much dictate what's going to happen in terms of the longer term move. If silver wants to enter the long term bull market, it would have to do particularly well after the interest rate decision is out. In case we do not see a rate hike, that would be another tricky situation. That would kind of change a lot of things. But with about 20% possibility of no rate hike, I'd say I can almost count that out. But you never know. So my outlook for this week for silver would be just to be patient and look at what the Fed numbers, look at what the interest rate decision does to silver. In case silver is wanting to go higher after the rate hike is announced, it's probably a good idea to go long. One more trade which I see which could possibly trigger is going long above the 17.3 area, where we can see a small pivot being formed. This is not a definite pivot; it's just a pivot on the hourly chart. Um, so for everyone who likes to trade shorter term, I would say go long about the 17.3 area for a target of 17.65. So you have about a 2% move there, and the stops would be at the nearest hourly pivot. So that's pretty much the only trade idea I have for this week. For a longer term, I would be patient, and I would like to see what exactly happens this week before taking on any heavy position in silver. So that was it for my outlook for silver. It's been pretty weak this these past 2 weeks. So a very exciting and interesting week coming up. So it should be fun to trade it. Make sure you check out my video for gold, crude oil, and natural gas. And I'll be back with my outlook again next week.